Let me get my cowboy hat on. We'll see who shows up. Did Justin get the link or not? I don't know. We'll see if he gets on. We got lots to talk about in the NFL this week because there's quite a few quarterbacks that got hurt. And some teams have been good, some teams have not been good. So I sent that. This is weird. Hey, Justin.
What's up?
How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good.
That's good. You're sideways. Can I rotate you or not?
You can rotate me.
No,
Hang
I
on.
rotated myself.
There. Is that better? My phone's about dead. It's
Is
not.
it on charger?
It's got like 3/4.
Okay. So I guess it's time to start talking about last week. So last week I went 12-4 and Justin went 10-6. And I actually won my picks full at work. So that means I am 22 of 32 and Justin is 21 of 32 so far. Not too bad. Granted, in the first few weeks you really don't know who's who. And we're going to brush through the games from last week quickly. We're going to start out with the Commanders and Packers. The Packers defense looked good, the same they did against the Bears. They look the best they've been in a lot of years. But I don't know if it'll continue throughout the season. They're actually getting pressure and tackling. Teams are forcing Love to try to throw the ball, and so far in the first 2 weeks, he hasn't thrown any interception. Hey, Giggity, and FX Talk. I don't know whether I'm going to be picking Mac Jones to beat Kyler Murray this week, though. That's a tough pick. Last week I had the guts to pick Mac Jones to beat the Saints, and they barely beat the Saints.
Yeah.
But the next game, Justin has a lot to talk about. And I think the one quarterback of the one team was spending too much time with Angel Reese getting his nails done rather than watching film and learning how to be a good pocket passer. So the Lions got destroyed. Lions destroyed the Bears. Jared Goff tore the Bears defense apart. Caleb Williams didn't look very good. I don't know what's going on with the Bears. We'll see if Justin Fields can get it together or whether they'll just continue to suck. This week they're playing against a defense that has only played 2 out of 8 good quarters of defense this season. So if Williams can't score on the Dallas defense, maybe he's really bad.
Dallas almost beat the Eagles.
Yeah, no, the Dallas offense is good. The Dallas will score a bunch of points on the Bears.
Yeah, they're going to put up a lot of points on the Bears. I hate to say it, we're going to go. But here's the thing: is we're 0-2. Kansas City is 0-2.
Okay, next game we'll talk about is Bills versus Jets. Josh Allen got a bloody nose and keeps kept on playing. It sounds like he's good to go for this week. Justin Fields got hurt and is questionable or doubtful for this week because he got a concussion. I think Justin Fields got put down back into reality that he could only score 10 points against a decent defense.
Yep.
Next game was between the Browns and Ravens. Ravens took care of business against the Browns, kind of what I expected. And they put in Dylan Gabriel and not Shadur in that game. So I don't even know if Shadur is getting any reps or even close to starting.
No,
But it'll be
he's
interesting to see how long they stick with Flacco before Gabriel is the main starter. Next game was the Kitty battle. The Bengals, Joe Burrow got hurt, which is going to affect both of our fantasy teams because you have
Jamar Chase,
and I have T. Higgins, and I have their running back, Chase Brown. So then the backup went in and was able to beat Trevor Lawrence, who is kind of underachieving. He's been decent, but not as good as people expected. In the next game was the NFC East showdown at Jerry World, which was a thriller. Russell did not look cooked this week, but threw an untimely interception in overtime, and it was a back and forth game, but the Cowboys got out on top because they have a stud kicker who can make a 64-yard field goal.
Yep.
We'll see how Russell Wilson looks against this next week because he's playing against the Chiefs, so we'll see how well he does. The Chiefs' defense is decent, but the Chiefs' offense is. We haven't got to talk about the Chiefs yet. Next
They're
game,
in the same boat as the Bears.
Next game was between the Dolphins and Patriots. I think we split on who was going to win. Hawk Tua still struggled and didn't do all that great.
Yeah.
They're in for a tough one this week, Thursday, too. So
who do they play Thursday?
0-3.
They play the Bucks, don't they?
No, they play the Bills.
Oh, they're gonna fucking lose.
I think they play the Bills in Buffalo.
But this talk about that. I saw someone say the Bucks. The Bucks go and do the who's up next.
I'm trying to go through these in order how I have them on the sheet. Next game was between the 49ers, led by the former Alabama quarterback who then went to New England and struggled, but he supposedly 49ers wanted to take him over Trey Lance, and they didn't take Mac Jones over Trey Lance. I guess Mac Jones has had a better NFL career than Trey Lance, which
isn't he like the third backup now, Trey Lance, to somebody?
Yeah, I don't even know where he's at. He's like third string though. What was I at? No, he was at NDSU after I left there. I was at NDSU when one of the other quarterbacks that was going to be starting this week was playing there.
Which one?
Carson Wentz.
Yep.
So the 49ers won. The next game I do have some comments to make on. A-Rod did not look good. The Pittsburgh Steelers looked like a bunch of defense, looked like a bunch of overpaid bums.
Did they win?
And their special teams had a player had a kickoff go through their hand, and then the Seahawks, one of the Seahawks return men recovered it and scored a touchdown off of it. Aaron Rodgers threw 2 touchdowns. So did Sam Darnold. No, Aaron Rodgers threw 2 interceptions. Hey, Dingleberry.
Oh, Dingleberry's on there? What's up?
No, Aaron Rodgers threw 2 interceptions and looked humid this week, unlike against the Jets. Seahawks won. Who knows how this week the Steelers game is going to be a tough one to pick, but we'll see if we pick them later. Next game between the Rams and Titans. Rams won. Cam Ward looked okay, but didn't look great. He's a rookie quarterback. We'll see when he gets his first win.
I'm listening.
Next game was a cat versus bird battle and the Cardinals came out on top.
Yeah.
Aren't the Cardinals 2-0 now, but they played two really bad teams?
Yes,
I
they are.
actually hope Aaron Rodgers does good with the Steelers. I'm a Packers fan. I don't care for his personality, but I want him to do good to end his career.
You love Rodgers.
What?
I said you love Rodgers.
So, are you back yet? I know you're going to have something to talk about on one of these games coming up soon.
Yeah.
The next game was the Broncos and Colts. This was a thriller. Danny Dimes looked like he's a starting quarterback again. And the Broncos had a penalty when they missed like a 50-some-odd yard field goal, and then they moved it 5 yards closer, and then the Colts won.
Yeah.
So the Colts are 2-0. We'll see. They actually could win that division because their division is pretty. That AFC South is a pretty easy division to win. There's got to beat the Texans and Trevor Lawrence and Cam Ward, and I don't think any of those teams are great.
Yeah.
So that division could be pretty interesting how it turns out if the Colts are actually good. But Jonathan Taylor's playing good, and Tyler Warren, their tight end they drafted in the first round, to play good. So they have weapons for Daniel Jones. So we'll see how they keep playing. The next game we definitely have comments for. The Eagles outlasted the Chiefs, and Swifty had a touchdown, a pass thrown to him that bounced out of his hands and was intercepted. And the Eagles still knew how to put pressure and to stop the run for the Chiefs. So the Chiefs have some O-line issues, but their defense is probably decent. But we'll see.
I need Swifty to get me 10 points a game.
That division, I think all the teams in the AFC West are deep. They're not great. I think they're all competitive teams, though. I think
I think they're gonna win.
Chargers are good. I think
that's who's going to win their division is the Chargers.
The Raiders have a decent team. Like they have some weapons for Geno Smith. He didn't look so hot last night, but they have Ashton Genty, who hasn't been great, and they have Brock Bowers, and they have another good tight. Who's that tight end on them from Notre Dame? Meyer.
Yeah. Go Irish.
What?
I said go Irish.
But they have so that division will be interesting to see how it plays out. I don't think the Chiefs will walk away with it and be 15-2 or 14-3 this year. But who knows? The Chargers always choke down the road. So,
well, they won in Brazil, didn't they?
What?
They won in Brazil.
Yeah, but they just never can seem to get a team good enough to go past the divisional round of the playoffs.
This might be it.
And last year, everyone was picking to beat the Texans, and then they choked against the Texans in the first round. So the next game was between the Falcons and Vikings. This was a very pathetic primetime game. J.D. McCarthy got sacked a bunch, threw some interceptions. I think, did he fumble or someone else fumbled the ball once too? He looked terrible. Penix did not look much better. But somehow, even though the Vikings could stop Penix from passing, they could not stop the one player was playing against in fantasy, and he ran for like 160 yards against the Vikings. What?
We're talking about the only offense Atlanta has. Bijan Robinson. Yeah.
Who's their other one? I should know his name.
London.
What?
Isn't it London?
No, London's a wide receiver. Who's the person they drafted from Texas? Running back. I'm bad at remembering things. They drafted him really high. Let me look at my fantasy. I'll see. I'm not as good as remembering names as I should. Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, I said Bijan Robinson. He's the only Yeah, he's
Oh,
the only
sorry.
the offense they got.
Yeah, but Bijan Robinson somehow could run even though they couldn't pass the ball. And although they didn't score a touchdown till the end, the Falcons offense definitely looked better. That was a pretty tough game to watch. And there's two more Monday night games. Buccaneers versus Texans. CJ Stroud did not look that great. Buccaneers moved the ball more, but didn't score a ton of points. And then they led a thrilling drive at the finish where Baker
Did
made
Baker
the
stuff
play fourth down and they ran the ball in the end to win. The Buccaneers will probably win the AFC South. And they'll
easily
probably make the playoffs.
because who's in the AFC South? New Orleans.
Panthers and Saints. And
Well,
neither of us think the Panthers or Saints are very good.
well, there's got to be the Falcons, the Dirty Birds.
If the Falcons can learn how to use Robinson and London and who's their tight end, and they're good tight end, they could be good, but they haven't learned how to use them
Who's
right.
their quarterback?
Penix.
Oh, I thought they had that old Vikings player.
No, they don't have him anymore.
Where did he go to?
He's warming the bench.
What the fuck? Penix is better than Williams, I have to say. I think
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
He has a weird release though.
What I was going to say is Kyle Pitts is a good tight end who they haven't taken advantage of.
That's it, Pitts.
What I would say is, so I have this question for you as a Bears. We need to talk about this last game, and I have a question to ask you about the Bears trading pick. So the last game was between the Chargers and Raiders. The Chargers won. Neither team scored a lot of points. Geno Smith threw a couple interceptions, but Chargers are 2-0. Raiders are 1-1. So who would you rather have as the QB, Caleb Williams or Bryce Young? Because you traded away your first pick to Carolina, and they drafted Bryce Young, and then you got their first pick, and then you drafted Caleb Williams.
I guess I'd take Caleb Williams because Bryce Young ain't doing shit.
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams has way higher of a ceiling than Bryce Young.
Here's the problem, he puts together an amazing first quarter.
Yeah,
That's like a squirrel, and he forgets what the hell he's supposed to do.
maybe we'll have to see how it goes throughout the year because, to be honest, I think the first week Ben Johnson definitely got out coached because Caleb Williams moved the ball pretty easily, but it only scored 10 points in the first half. Yeah. But he only had like 3 or 4 incompletions, and then all of a sudden, whatever the Vikings talked about at halftime, he would just miss it. Whatever the blitzes they were running or coverage packages they were running against him, he just couldn't do anything in the second half.
I mean, he can read the defense a lot faster than Justin Fields can.
Yeah, but
I don't know. Like I was trying to Zach called me last night. I told him I said Caleb Williams is a bust. He goes, no, I think Caleb Williams put a good game together. I said maybe a good first quarter.
Yeah, but to be honest, other than that garbage time touchdown, he did have a couple good drives in the first half against Detroit, but then they fumbled it. Then they turned the ball over on downs and they fumbled it. Or did he throw an interception?
Did point out something. They caught that ball. The guy went on a bounce, and for something they should have like a 10-second runoff, but they never did. Yeah,
no, that was a crazy catch that guy made though.
And I guess the same thing happened like in the Eagles game. I guess they did their tush push, and you can see Jalen Hurts over the goal line, but they said he didn't cross it. So it was a bunch of just bad officiating all through the NFL. It doesn't matter which game. You can pick a game and it's horrible calls.
If you're blaming officials, your team's a loser. If you're winners, you're just win no matter what.
Hey, what about what about the Seattle Packers game?
Oh, the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
That was a bad play, but the Packers only scored 14 points. So with prime Aaron Rodgers. So I guess it's fair to lose. I guess thinking about that game where they choked against the Seahawks in the NFC Championship game too. Granted, Mike McCarthy made some stupid play calls and that one player fucked up, but they got 4 interceptions off Russell Wilson and they settled for 4 field goals off of them and only had 1 touchdown.
I got a story to tell you this.
No, so I'm just saying, if you would have scored touchdowns, you would have won the game, but the Packers didn't score touchdowns.
Like I decided to go like deer hunting at like halftime of the game.
That
And
defense in Seattle was really good. That defense they had at those 2 years was really good.
the Legion of Boom.
Yeah. I'm not saying Seattle's a bad team, but
I decided to go deer hunting halftime of that game, and we just got a big snowstorm. It was dumping snow. So up in my tree stand, I'm watching a group of does come in. They just hop my fence. And I go to stand up, and my wife comes out on the back. Dad goes, "Hey, Seattle just beat the Packers." My wife's loud. And those deer just spread like cockroaches.
well, better than me. I was
I'm
listening
3
to
acres
it.
back, but yeah.
I was listening to it ice fishing on my truck rate in my radio on my vehicle, and I think I only caught 1 little perch that day or 2 little perch.
And
And
was
then,
that was in like December, wasn't it? Or was that January?
no, it was the end of January, early February.
That's what I thought. It was like that
So then
last day of deer
the
season.
game away, and then as soon as I drove home from fishing, I went and bought a 175 of booze and drank like a third of it.
Speaking of booze, I was gonna do my shot of Malort, but I can't find them in the refrigerator. I think the shirtless wonder drank them.
But
That's what the Bears had been winning.
but yeah, that was a heartbreaking loss as a Packers fan. It happens. It's not as bad as the Gary Anderson missed kick
No.
that the Vikings had, but it's still pretty bad.
So
Okay, so we're gonna start talking about week 3. So week 3 is gonna start off in oh shoot, ESPN is playing something. I better turn that off.
here's a grand roll across my screen too, and I don't. Some like breaking news happened.
Oh no, it was just
Maybe Caleb Williams is on his period or something. I don't know.
I was just looking at the injury report of players. So who do the Dolphins have that's injured? So Josh Allen's nose is fine. And they say
Who was injured?
Derek Carr has a hip issue, but is limited, and Jalen Wright is limited with a knee on Miami. I am definitely taking the Buffalo Bills in this game.
Yep, I'll take the Bills. This week might be a wash for the Towns.
No, this next game, I don't even want to pick who is going to win because this game could probably be like another field goal filled game like Sunday Night Football because the Cincinnati Bengals head to Minneapolis to face the Vikings, and as far as I know, they both have backup quarter. Carson Wentz is starting for the Vikings, as far as I know, and then Jake Browning is probably starting for the Bengals.
Is
I
Jake
don't
Browning
think
any
Jake
good?
Browning's going to be able to score as many points against the Vikings defense as he did against the Jaguars defense. And
Maybe it's time Joe Burrow steps down.
Carson Wentz might move the ball some, but he's definitely going to throw some interceptions and get sacked and just make some dumb plays. So this one's tough. I'm just going to take the Bengals because I hate the Vikings.
I take the Bengals. Yeah, isn't JJ McCarthy out for like 4 games?
Didn't they 3
5
to 5
games?
games?
Yeah, he's got to have surgery on his turf toe.
Let's double check what this injury thing.
Oh no, that's Joe Burrow. That had surgery on his turf toe.
Let's scroll on to NFC North. He has a high ankle sprain, and they'll be without him for 2 to 4 weeks. And Aaron Jones tore his hamstring, so he'll probably be out for
The rest of
four-
the season.
what?
He tore his hamstring.
He'll be out 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Probably. So, and what do the Bengals have for injuries other than Joe Burrow? I don't. That game, I really just don't know. Have no idea who's. They really just have the Joe Burrow injury listed on this.
So the Bengals have the Vikings have no run game. Maybe.
Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? That game is just a difficult one to pick. Next game is an AFC South showdown between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think the Texans are going to finally win their first game of the season. That's my pick.
Yeah, I'll take the Texans.
Are the Jaguars 0-2 too? I think so.
Yeah.
The next game is a battle between an unexpected 2-0 team in the AFC South and a 0-2 team with the rookie quarterback. So the Indianapolis Colts head to Tennessee, Nashville to face the Titans. I picked against the Colts the last 2 weeks, and I've been wrong, so I'm taking the Colts.
Who's Titans quarterback? Should you?
Cam Ward.
And the Titans have won, right?
The Titans haven't won yet.
I'll take the Colts.
So let me see what it says the status is of Jaden Daniels, because that really affects who I'm going to pick in this game. Because if Jaden Daniels is in, I'm going to pick the Commanders. But if he's not in, I'm not going to pick the Commanders.
Who are the Commanders playing?
Raiders.
Yeah.
So it says Brock Bowers has a knee injury and he is not 100%. And what does it says? And it says Jaden Daniels is day to day.
He'll play.
And Eckler tore his Achilles, so Eckler's out for the season. I wonder who is their backup running back, because I should pick him up in fantasy if he's still available.
Who the Redskins running back?
Yeah, he actually looked decent,
Yeah.
but
I think I got him.
let me see who has him. It doesn't say anyone has him, right?
Right.
What? Oh, yeah, you have him.
Mhm.
So I won't pick him up.
You want him?
I don't know. My team's not all that great. Who would even have for a backup running back? Let me look. I should not take my team so seriously. It's impossible in our fantasy league to get more than like 1 or 2 good running backs, though, because they always get hurt, and there's always like 5 or 10 running backs that are good, and the rest are like mediocre.
I got 3 of them.
I have Eckler, who's on IR, who I should just drop. I have Najee Harris. I have Saquon Barkley and Chase Brown. I'll have to add a different running back tomorrow if there's one available. I play Shirtless Wonder this week.
Mhm. Should I get his attention?
No. So who are you picking between the Raiders and Commanders? I'm gonna need to get another beverage.
I'm taking the Redskins. They'll always be the Redskins.
I'm gonna take the Commanders too, I think, because it sounds like More than likely, Jaden Daniels going to start. I could see the Raiders beating them, though. Who knows?
Yeah.
The Raiders are about 1-2.
Yeah.
We beat New England and they lost to the Chargers. The Chargers are a good team, though.
Chargers won their division though.
They
What you
held the
drinking?
Chargers to 20 points.
What you drinking?
That winter stuff is cold.
I think you should do a Wisconsin sushi shot. I know you got minnows.
No, I have a word shot idea that I want to do, but I shouldn't really not post a video on.
What shot is that?
It is a shot of South Dakota walleye whiskey out of the walleye.
All right, do it. You got one?
I don't know if I have one.
Are you filling them all up?
But okay, so the next game, I think we're both gonna pick the same team as the Ravens head from the city of the Angels up to the city of brotherly love to face the Eagles. I am picking the Eagles, although I think this will be a close game, but
Fly, Eagles, fly.
I think the Eagles are a better team.
Than the Ravens? I don't. Speaking of that game last week.
No, the Eagles are a better team than the Rams. I'm not saying the Rams are going to be a playoff team, but I just think the Eagles are a better team.
I thought you said the Ravens.
No, the Rams versus Eagles. The city of brotherly.
Yeah, Eagles going to win.
The next team, the Dirty Birds fly to Carolina to face the Panthers. I am going to pick the Falcons.
Yeah, I'll put the Falcons.
The team it might be split on. This was another really hard one for me to pick. The A-Rod led Steelers with their underachieving defense head to New England to face the Patriots in Boston.
That's freaking the Steelers all the way. Who's the Steelers quarterback? I mean, no.
Drake,
New England quarterback.
Drake May.
Yeah,
Steelers, right?
beat him.
I'm gonna pick the Patriots.
I'll take Rodgers.
What?
I'll take Rodgers.
I don't want to pick against Rodgers, but their defenses look horrible.
Yeah.
Like if they win, it's going to be a close game. They've given up like the most. They've probably given up like the second or third most points per game. With you know who else is the Chicago's probably given up the most points just because Detroit scored 52 points on them, and then Minnesota scored 27 points on them.
Did you have Pittsburgh's kicker?
Yeah, I like him.
Good move.
The only kicker better than him is Dallas's kicker.
Yeah.
So the next game is the Green Bay Packers head to Cleveland to face the Browns. I'm taking the Packers. That's not even a question. Who are you taking? Are you going to take the Browns?
I'm thinking. What was the score in the Ravens game and the Browns?
47-17.
Oh, I'm taking the Packers. Then why the heck did Derrick Henry give me more points? What, he only touched the ball like twice and they benched him?
Let me see. How many points did?
Not enough. He gives me like 40 points the first game.
Yeah, the Bills game was just a complete. So week 2. Let's see what he got you last week.
Not much.
My team didn't do all that great. Zach's team did not do good against me, but then they did good against Evie.
Oh, Evie's mad about it. She let Zach have it.
That tight end from the Packers looks pretty good. That tight end from where I work looks pretty goddamn good on the Packers.
Tucker Kraft. Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be like the top tight end in the league, but he'll be a top 10 tight end in the league.
Hey,
The
I'm
crazy
gonna tell
part
you.
of that is then, so next year the Packers aren't going to have any. He's going to be wanting 15 million a year or 20 million a year next
Yeah,
year.
and they don't got money to pay him. They paid Micah Parsons.
To pay him.
Yeah. So there is either they win this year or they're
Or
screwed
next
for the next
year,
5
or
years.
what's so let's see. What did Derrick Henry had 2.3 fantasy points this last
Yeah.
week?
And that's why Beaumont beat me.
How did all the points get scored in that game? Just from Lamar?
The
Lamar
other
threw
running back.
what?
Yeah. The other running back.
Lamar threw 4 tutties though.
Yeah. I don't. Here's the thing.
Lamar played good. No, none of the running backs. They didn't even rush for a single touchdown.
No.
They threw for 4 touchdowns. They must have been a defensive touchdown.
Yep.
So
Your buddy's passed out on the floor because he ate all my freaking chili cheese Fritos.
yeah, you're the ex-Bear at a fumble return. That's how they got their 5th touchdown.
Which bear is that?
Roquan Smith.
Oh, dude, don't get me started on that.
He's a good linebacker.
They never should have got rid of him, but they did. He wanted too much money, and he wasn't driving with Matt Eberflus.
So let's get back on topic. So the next game is the New Jersey Jets with either Tyrod Taylor or questionable Justin Fields facing Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. This is a pretty
I'm going to the Buccaneers.
big for both of us.
Yeah.
The next game is the AFC West showdown between the Denver Broncos and the Los LA Chargers. I'm going with Justin Herbert, who I have on my fantasy team, and I'm taking the Chargers. Although I could see him being upset, but I just think the Chargers are a better team than the Broncos.
Yeah. Are they playing? Where are they playing at?
I think it's in LA.
Chargers. The only thing you got to worry about when playing Denver is the elevation.
Denver actually has a decent defense, and Bo Nix is okay. I don't know. He didn't look so good. To be honest, the first 2 he scored on Indianapolis, but the first week he didn't look so hot.
No, he didn't.
The next game is the New Orleans Saints head up to face the 12th man in the coffee city of Seattle.
Seattle.
I'm taking the Seahawks.
Yeah.
The only game I would probably pick the Saints is if when they face the Panthers. And I don't even know if they
I thought you said the Bears.
What?
They said when they face the Bears.
Did they play the Bears this year?
I don't know.
Did they fourth in their division last year or third?
The Bears or the Saints?
What is the Bears' schedule? Let's look at them.
Bullshit.
No, because the Bears don't we face the NFC North faces the NFC East, and then they face the position they got last year in the other 2 divisions. So,
Yep.
Did the Saints or the Panthers get 4th last year in the NFC South? No, the Bears do play New Orleans. How the fuck are tickets for $226 on ESPN for that game?
Where do they play at? Chicago?
At Soldier Field.
That's why.
Bears must have some loyal friends like loyal fans like Nebraska, the Cornhuskers do.
Yeah.
Well, the tickets when they face Green Bay is $283 right now, and that's not until December 20th.
Yeah.
So who knows if
Dude, I don't want to be at neither stadium in December. They're both on the freaking lake, and it's gonna be freaking cold.
You don't know what you have no idea. Like you have no idea what the weather is going to be in Green Bay or Chicago in December. Like
If
it
I
could
went
be
to
50.
a Bears game at either place, which is to be butt ass cold, my luck, it's to be snowing.
My take on the NFL is they should make the worst two teams duke it out for the first overall pick, and the winner gets the first overall pick in
That
the
would work.
stadium with the worst weather at a time with like 2 days notice. So they're going to either end up playing in three stadiums. They're either end up playing in
Chicago?
Lambeau or Chicago or Buffalo.
Yeah, but what about the Eagles? They get a lot of snow too every once in a while.
That's the Eagles don't get as much snow. I guess Kansas City gets nasty winds because it's up on the high plains, but I would say the worst weather stadiums in the NFL are Lambeau, Soldier Field, and what's the name of the Bills Stadium?
Bill Stadium.
I don't know. I should know the name of it, but they get some really nasty games
Oh,
there
yeah, like
too.
the snow dumps there.
I know. But it would be funny just to make teams play in like a just really heavy snow for the first overall pick. And no one would even want to be there because they suck. And they'd be just out there in the snow all cold. And it would just be a horror. It would be the worst. It would be the worst football game than the Sunday night game this last week.
Yeah.
Next game, Jerry's team heads from Dallas up to Chi-Town to face the Chicago Bears. I'm taking the Cowboys.
I'm gonna go the Bears.
Even the Bears get it back on track.
They should. Here's the thing: is they do have talent at the skill possessions that they could catch the damn ball, and maybe Caleb Williams gets hurt. They put Bagent in.
I think the Bears have made a lot of moves to make them better, but they just haven't shown that they're better.
And I guess they signed a quarterback today because they signed whatever position Jalen Johnson plays. They signed somebody to take that.
Johnson towards Achilles though.
Yeah, he's out. He's done. They signed somebody to take his position.
I don't know. The Bears have done things which you think will get the roster back on track, but they haven't shown it yet with their record.
They have to. This is a must-win game, or they're going to be like 4 and whatever.
If they don't win like probably 6-8 games this year, I think the GM is going to be fired, and if they don't win at least have a winning record next year, Ben Johnson will probably be fired.
Caleb Williams is gone.
And who knows what the hell is going to be on, but unless they get to a winning record by next year, Poles is probably gone.
Yeah, Poles has made some stupid moves, but that one defensive player, I think it's Sue or something like that. The Polynesian guy, he's pretty good.
All right, this game is. I don't really want to pick this game because I don't know who. I don't want to know if I want to pick Kyler Murray with the Cardinals team that's kind of underachieved versus Mac Jones and the 49ers. The 49ers have a better roster other than their quarterback.
No, they don't.
They have their hurt tight end that's on my fantasy team.
George Kittle's hurt. Ayuk's out. Deebo Samuel's gone. Christian McCaffrey's injured.
No,
Brock Purdy's injured. Huh?
Let's see who's on the 49ers is hurt. Kittle's on IR.
Yep. Ayuk's on IR. I thought whoever played this, McCaffrey played this last week, didn't he? He did?
Yeah.
I know he played.
Let's see who played for the 49ers. To be honest, I was being gutsy picking him against the Saints, but yeah, so Christian McCaffrey had 55 yards running and 52 yards receiving and a tutty.
So he had over 100 yards.
Yeah.
No wonder my sister-in-law beat the crap out of my little brother.
So what? Yeah, he would have had if he had a tutty that's 6 and 6 receptions is 12.
He had like 16 points. 16, 17 points.
For receiving yard, you get a point for every 10 receiving yards.
Yeah.
So that's 16 points plus like 5.5 for rushing plus however many first downs he got.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he had like 22 points.
I actually know the breakdown of some of the commissioner of the league, but I don't.
I know you get a point for every reception, and you get a point for like every 10 rushing yards, and you get 6 points for every touchdown. So who are
I
you
need
taking?
I'm gonna take
The video game playing QB or the player of the 49ers?
if Christian McCaffrey is playing, I'm gonna have to go with 49ers. I'm gonna have to.
I'm going with too.
Granted, I have Marvin Harrison Jr., but he didn't do crap last week at all.
I don't think he's been as good as people expected him to be.
No, the first week, he got me like 20 some points.
His dad was so good with Peyton, though.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Jr. was good at Ohio State too, but
Yeah, that's what they're good at. They're good at producing running backs, defensive ends, receivers, not quarterbacks. You can see that with CJ Stroud.
so last year he had 885 yards in 17 games. That's not too bad.
No.
To be honest, that's better than a lot of first round picks. So 98 yards in 2 games this year. Who knows? He could be a stud wideout or number 2 wideout. To be honest, if you pick someone in the first round, they're a number 2 wideout. That's better than probably 3/4 of the first round picks.
Yep.
So next game is the Kansas City led Mahomes and Taylor Swift led Chiefs head to New Jersey to face the Russell Wilson led Giants. I think the Chiefs are finally going to get their first win.
I don't know, dude. Didn't the Giants win?
So
Did the Giants win last week?
no, they lost by 3 in overtime to the Cowgirls.
You know what? I'll split this one with you. I'll take the whole pack of Badgers.
This game, I feel like, is going to be the exact score of the Ravens games versus the Bills because MCDC heads to Baltimore to face the Lamar Jackson-led Ravens. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. We should see what the over-under is for this game because what in the over-under is like 60.
Yeah.
Let's look at the NFL. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this game because they both have good offenses. I don't think either of their defenses is great, but who knows? They have potential to be great. Let me look at week 3 NFL odds. The over is probably like 60 on this, which is really high for an NFL game.
Mm-hmm.
And not for like some college games, but
I'll take the Ravens.
that's what I was going to take, but I should have looked at these before I made my picks. So the total is only 51.5.
Yeah.
I bet all the money's on the over of that game.
Yep.
Ravens are favored by 5.5.
Yep.
Let's look at some of the other ones just for curiosity now. The Ravens have just destroyed the NFC though. Like Lamar has only had like 1 loss against the NFC.
And here's one thing.
The Chiefs are 6.5 points favored. How are the Bears 1.5 point favorites against the Cowboys?
Is there injuries we don't know about?
I don't know. 49ers are 1.5 point favorites. That's probably about, to be honest, I think that game is like almost a pick 'em. So 1.5 is right. Seahawks are 7-5 against the Saints. Chargers 2.5 against the Broncos. That's definitely about right. Minnesota's 3.5 point favorites against the Vikings. I
Yep.
wouldn't put any money on that game. Steelers are 1.5 point favorites versus Patriots. Packers 7.5 versus Browns. Houston, the Jaguars are 1.5 point favorites versus the Texans. I would definitely take the Texans on that. Falcons 5.5 versus the Panthers. I don't know. That's probably about right. Eagles 3.5 point favorites over the Rams. Sounds about right. Commies 3.5 point favorites over the Raiders. Colts 3.5 over the Titans. Buccaneers 6.5 over the Jets. Holy crap! The Bills are the biggest line in the league. 12.5 point favorites versus the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I would not put any money on that big of a line. Granted, the Dolphins could get blown out, but the Dolphins have talent to score points.
Yeah. They have the Cheetah and Waddle
Yeah.
and whatever running back they have, but their downfall is Tua.
They just have not looked. They have not. Their defense has not played great in the last 2 weeks, and this first week their offense is flat.
Yep.
I'm not a gambler. I sometimes look at it. What's the biggest over? They only make 48.5. These NFL over unders is low. They're all like 45 points. Well, I would take the over on the Steelers versus Patriots. Only 44.5.
Yeah.
That defense on the Steelers has looked horrible. The Bengals and Vikings, the under's 42.5. That would be gutsy to take the under, but that's definitely an under game. Like all these over unders are like 44.5. The Bears and Cowboys is the highest I've seen at 49.5. No, the highest is 51.5 on Monday, never mind. But so what did you catch the fish on yesterday?
Minnows on the slip bobbers.
I caught one fish on a slip bobber in Minnow tonight. And I caught like 5 fish. I was catching the most while I was just dragging a worm and split shot.
It's the water's warm. They're gonna hit night crawlers or leeches. That transition to minnows yet.
It's just been a grind bite like the last 2 months, and it's like you just gotta take everything out with you and be willing to try things. Tonight I did not want to try trolling.
No.
I like literally drove up the road bed and just wanted to drift along the weed edge because my favorite way to catch walleye is just jigging, and I like jigging with live bait on light line because they're fun to catch, fight.
Yeah.
And if you know where the fish is, you can pound the crap out of them. So I was casting that creek chub and the swim bait a little bit. I was just drifting with a worm by the road bed, and I had a couple bites but didn't pick up anything. I went by that
The tube.
one sunken island, and then I, like right when you called me, I was over there and I was getting some bites, and then like as soon as you got off the phone with me, I caught one on the worm, and then I caught a bunch of them on that, just dragging a split shot and worm. And I got bit a couple times jigging a minnow, and I caught one of them slip bobber and minnow there. I'm sure I would have caught 5 more fish if I would have stayed there rather than went to the big fish spot, because I only caught that northern by the big fish spot, and I had a probably good size walleye hit right before I came in.
Was that the tube where you fish?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. The culvert.
It's funny how much fish will relate to just flowing water between like points and stuff.
Hey, can you throw a whopper plopper up in that tube?
No, the bridge is 2 feet underwater.
Oh, that won't work then.
But it's funny, it's just like that Stink Lake and Long Lake where I fish. I should not be saying that it's on the screen, but there's a tube that goes under the road, and if there's a heavy north or south wind, fish are in that tube. If
Yep.
it's flat out, there's not a lot of fish in there because there's not any current, but because the one lake is like 3 miles north to south, and the other lake is like a mile and a half wide and probably 3/4 of a mile north. And if there's a wind blowing through that tube, there's big pike and walleyes right in that tube. But if it's flat calm out, they're not in that tube.
Hey Hans, let me ask you a question. What's the longest river in North America?
It's a Mississippi, right? What is it?
Missouri.
Missouri? The Missouri turns into the Mississippi. If it was the Missouri the whole way down, it'd be much longer.
Google it. I thought it was Mississippi, and somebody said it was Missouri.
That doesn't surprise me. The Missouri goes quite a ways. I should be fishing on the Missouri more.
Hey, doesn't the Missouri flow backwards?
No.
What lake flows backwards in North America? There's a river that flows backwards.
It would have to go against gravity then. Because they said in theory most rivers flow north to south, but like the Red River flows south to north.
Yep.
How does
That's
that
it. The Red River does.
Oh, fuck, not the Texas Red River.
No, the one in Minnesota. Right? So how's everybody doing tonight? Wheels, quit eating yourself. Do 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 do.
The from the valley, you say you're not leaving Red River, so like is the one in Texas.
Yeah. No, it's
Talking about that. So, do you think Arch is just going to get destroyed in that Red River rivalry? Didn't Oklahoma beat Michigan?
hang on. I'll be right back. My wife's calling me.
And no one else is in here. Let's look at MLB scores.
Give us some trivia questions.
What?
Give us some trivia questions.
Trivia or turkey?
Trivia.
Why?
Five times. I'm back.
Cal Raleigh hit 2 homers tonight.
I don't know.
I'm
We
looking for. He has like 55 homers this year.
No shit. That's a lot.
Schwarber has like 53.
Schwarber is on performing enhancing drugs.
He's fucking. He's been crazy. He would win the NL MVP if he could actually play defense.
He's not there to play defense. He's there to hit the long ball.
He's just like he bats like .25 and he's a DH.
Yep.
Granted, Shohei won it as a DH last year, but he batted like .31.
I hated going as designated hitters when I played baseball constantly as a pitcher.
MLB wants people to score, so it'd be more entertaining if they force the pitchers to hit.
Oh yeah, the American League does, I think.
No, neither of them do. It used to be the National League had the pitchers hit.
Yeah,
they're at National League ballpark, so they got rid of that.
That's bullshit.
They want people to score, and they made bigger bases so people could steal base easier, and then they put a pitch clock so people had to throw pitches faster.
That was a smart move.
And they made pitchers face I mean, if a pitcher comes in an inning, they have to face at least 3 batters before they can go out.
Uh-huh.
So that's like if you have a pitcher go out and just walk someone, you can't just pull them. That's all to make people score more.
Oh yeah. Are we done with our NFL stuff?
Yeah. So how deep of water were you catching the white bass in?
About 8 feet of water in an off channel over a gravel bar, sandbar.
What was the water temp? Probably like 72, 74.
Like piss warm bath water. I'll tell you, I had my waders on. I had shorts underneath them.
I walked in the water in my shorts and it's still warm. So I had water temp up north of Webster at 67 on Saturday, but it was warm on Saturday, and the lake I was on tonight was like 68 to 69 last Friday, and it was 72 to 74 today.
It's too hot.
So it's gotten warmer, not colder. So anything dry. What was dry on Saturday? Like Stink was like 69 yesterday, and then dry was like 68, I think, on Saturday. So the waters actually went up rather than down, which is not the way to get fall bite going.
No.
I did catch it. No, I have caught as many northerns this month already as last month, though, but the northern bite still isn't good.
No.
Granted, the 3 of the 4 northerns I've got have been big ones.
Kevin caught a little northern yesterday. Like 23 inches on like a rattle trap.
That northern I sent you today was a chunky one. It was 31. It wasn't a monster, but it's still a decent one. It was fun.
Made tacos out of it.
What?
We should make tacos out of it. So here's the question: Do you do the 5 flay method on northern, or you just flay them out?
I just flay them out.
So what do you do with the white bones?
I just pick them out of the meat.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get one caught in your throat if you don't do a good job at it, though.
Yeah. I don't. I just do the 5 flay method.
I should do that. And then pickle the part you throw out. Because I'm a homesteader and do all my home food preservation stuff.
Oh, you do what Lubaka does and do he does the 5 flay method, then takes the carcass and makes like fish stock out of it. Wait, what the hell are you doing?
See, look at what I kept.
What was it? Was it northern? A walleye, do it.
What?
Do your walleye whiskey shot out of a walleye. Hey, if I had Malort, I'd do it, but I'm trying to figure out where the hell my Malort went to.
But someone drank it.
Who drinks Malort?
Bibs?
Was the slime good?
No.
I gotta show a shirtless wonder that shot glass. Hey, that's probably the best eating size walleye you got right there.
Was it like 17?
They're like 17, yeah.
Yeah, that one's a color smaller. I lost another one like this size.
When are you coming back down to Wisconsin?
Probably deer season.
Right, deer season. So that's like November.
He's hunting in Montana now. He's bow hunting there.
But you have a general tag, right? So you can go rifle hunt, right?
He's the same tag, I assume.
You can use the same tag. But Montana doesn't allow crossbows, right?
Yeah.
Good state. Better than Illinois. Hey, there's nothing with archery about having a stock.
I'll tell you so many more, probably two or three times more big bucks are killed in states where they allow crossbows.
Yeah, crossbows. It's like
Iowa and Illinois and Wisconsin don't have their gun hunts till late November. Like Montana, for example, their gun hunt opens October, like the last Saturday in October. So it's like October 28th or 5th or
it
something.
goes for like 3 weeks, right?
And when did it open? It opened like November. Did open November 1st in Wyoming where I was hunting. I think it
Yeah.
opened earlier in some of the other units. And then when was it in Nebraska and Minnesota? Is like November 5th or earlier November, which is during prime rutland gun season opens. But like when it opens November 20th or November 25th, it's after prime rut.
Yeah.
So like I think Iowa and Illinois and Wisconsin are pretty late openers to the gun season. So
Yep.
it like the thing you sent me, I think it said the peak rut was like the first week after Thanksgiving or 7 days after the full moon was like right around Halloween. So it was like early November this year.
Here's the thing. I have a theory. It's a guess because it all depends on temperature, I think.
Yeah. This last year, I know for a while in November, it was pretty fucking warm. And then all of a sudden here, it got really cold like November 15th or 18th.
Yep, I kicked them in. I'm trying to figure out modern rifle opened up in Arkansas. Same when duck season opens up too in Arkansas. And you
It's further down south. I don't think so because only had still the same gestation period.
Yeah. It sounded like a war zone there in Arkansas when I went hunting 2 years ago with my dad.
There's probably a lot of deer per square mile there, though. It's because there's a lot more forest and habitat. There's probably like 3 times more deer per square mile there than in South Dakota.
Depends what county you're in. Like my dad lived in the northeast corner of Arkansas, and they had decent deer population, but they're smaller deer.
No, like I think in Illinois, like if you live in the counties right along the Mississippi River, there's a lot of bluffs and actually it's cover for them. There's going to be a shit ton. There's probably like 50 to 100 deer per square mile. But if you live in a county that's all tile drained farmland where everything is
Flat.
and there's fields, there's probably not as many deer per square mile because as soon as corn
That's
gets
not my county at all.
well,
So that's my county is somewhat flat, but like
there's a lot of when I drove up to your place from Joliet though, like along that whole river, there's a lot of wood and a lot of cover.
Oh yeah,
There's a lot of farm fields, but that whole way along the Rock River had lots of habitat.
and there's bluffs there and all that. I think it's got to do because we're like the driftless area is only I want to say like 20 minutes from my house where it starts, and I don't know. I just think I have an underrated county, but you can stay underrated. It's not like
I've said Stink Lake and Long Lake are absolutely shit lakes. Don't waste your time fishing them.
okay, I can go and buy a. I don't really gun hunt, but I can buy for my county, I can go buy CWD tags over the counter because there's a monopoly of them. Same thing with turkey tags. Everybody wants to go to Stevenson and Ogle and all that stuff, and yeah, or for deer they want to go to Pope, Peoria, and I'm trying to figure out what the other ones in the triangle. It's Pope, Peoria, and just along the Illinois River there, and like you said, it depends on nutrients. It starts out with good habitat, good vegetation for to grow big deer.
Soils in that area.
Yeah, you look at the soil in the area. It's all river bottom soil, rich black dirt.
No, there's lost in the South Silty clay. Like the river bottom soil where I'm at in Wisconsin is sandy crap. I should almost send a sample of it to the lab to have total nutrient analysis done because some of the regenerative farmers were sending their sample to the lab and saying, like, you have tons and tons of zinc and copper and iron and phosphorus and potassium contained in your total soil. But it's not actually what the crop responds to when you fertilize that. Like, I think in this soil, you'd almost have nothing in it of anything other than quartz.
Yeah.
And as soon as you disperse it and remove the organic matter from it with chemicals, it just looks white like silica sand.
No, that's not in Richland County, right?
No, that's in Iowa County, but just along the river valley is where the soil is. Like as soon as you get into the uplands and 5 miles away from the river, there's lost deposit up on what material is there. So those soils are pretty productive unless they're eroded.
Hey, you spent a lot of time in the Driftless area more than I have. Have you ever found any like ancient species of ferns and shit like that?
I don't really look for them.
I guess like that's why the Driftless area has timber rattlers there and ferns and shit that don't exist anywhere else.
What type of rattlesnakes would live out here in South Dakota then? Because they said
you got them out there. What?
That Hans?
Oh, you know it's Hans. Hey, you playing in fantasy football this week?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at an easy win.
Are you gonna take that from him, Hans?
what?
He says he's gonna get an easy win.
He's gonna get an easy win.
He's doing he's doing shooters of blackberry brandy right now for you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna lose.
He says you're gonna lose.
I have been.
He has been. You missed it. He did a walleye whiskey out of the walleye.
Hmm?
He took a shot of a walleye out of a walleye earlier. He poured it in the mouth of the walleye and took a shot out of it. Hey, we're live streaming, so you might want to not come in here.
Why?
Hey, because we're on live on YouTube, and the shirtless one is shirtless.
Of course I am.
So what does David think about Caleb Williams?
What?
What do you think about Caleb Williams?
He sucks.
See,
Doesn't he need to quit painting his nails, getting his nails painted with Angel Reese?
That's it.
hey, you know he paints his nails with Angel Reese. Yeah.
I knew that.
he knew that.
I saw something that they went to the same nail tech. That's what I saw. I was making a joke out of it.
The fair thing to do is let's play that
Beijing.
tap, Bajan.
Yeah.
Bajan's a far better accurate quarterback than Caleb Williams is. But he doesn't throw as far. But if you get 15, 20 yards out of him, that's good.
You don't need to have a cannon of an arm if you can move the ball.
Yep, that's it right there.
And Bajan moves the ball.
I don't think Drew Brees ever had a cannon of an arm, but he was like if you were running a 5-yard slant route,
It'd be money.
He'd be right on the money, perfect delivery. That was his.
He moved the chains.
Mm-hmm.
He moved the chain. Tom Brady did that a lot too. Like when he was with
New England.
like Wes Welker or Danny Amendola. Who's the other white receiver he had that was just
Who was the other wide receiver? Wes Welker, Danny Amendola.
I don't remember.
Oh, I know who you're talking about too.
But I'm just saying, like, he was just so much good on timing with them. It's like he would throw a 5-yard slant every time and they catch it and move the ball 5 or 8 or sometimes 10 yards. Like Drew Brees and Tom Brady were perfect at that.
Yeah,
That's
It was
all
kind of
you.
like a run play, but it was just
it moved the chains, and then you had. Then Tom Brady also had the Gronk.
yeah. But I'm just saying they were just so precise with their timing and on tune with their wide receivers. Like that's why they're two of the best quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah,
It's
Peyton
like
Manning was the same way too. He had a gun. He had a cannon though.
cool.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, yeah. Tom Brady can throw the ball far too, but I just think
Joe
you can
Montana.
Yeah, that's a whole different caliber of player right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like how Tom Brady played depending on the team he was on. Because when he was on the Buccaneers, like they had Evans and Godwin, and he threw the ball downfield a lot farther. But Bruce Arians had a more aggressive
yeah,
offense. But like when the Patriots had Randy Moss, they threw a lot of downfield passes. But
Yeah.
then when they did not have Randy Moss, they just used the short passing game and were effective at movement. Tom Brady could work good on anything.
that's why he's the GOAT.
Yep.
Hey, is what's his face? Vic Trubisky gonna be starting now or not?
No, Trubisky ain't gonna be starting now. Allen's good to go. He just got hit in the face.
Oh,
Yeah, but he knows he'll play through that.
I don't know. I didn't know what happened to him. Anyway,
Yeah,
he ran off the field and Trubisky went in.
Yeah, and they won, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's the last good Bears quarterback.
Bears, yeah.
Yeah.
The Bears have had a lot of good
I'm
quarterbacks.
just curious if the Bears are going to fail Caleb Williams again. Like, I don't even, to be honest, I think if it would have given Trubisky the weapons they've gave Williams, Trubisky would have at least been a average starter.
Yeah, he didn't make dumb mistakes with the ball, and he ran when he had to.
But I think Trubisky can move the ball with Roma Dunze and who's their number one. They've given Caleb Williams a bunch of weapons to work with. Who's the guy from the Panthers?
Oh, I can see it. I can see his name. David, number one receiver for the Bears.
Is that number 2 on his jersey?
Yep, number 2 on his jersey.
I can't think of his name.
I can't think of it. Hans.
Hey, I'm almost 75 years old. What do you expect?
No, they've given the Caleb Williams good players to work with.
Shit,
DJ
and
Moore.
DJ Moore, David.
Yeah.
And you look at this. They didn't get the only time Cole Kmet and Colson Loveland got involved in the game was when right at the end in crack time.
Yeah, but they've given Caleb Williams, Roma Dunze was a first round pick. DJ Moore was the number one receiver they traded for. Wasn't Cole Kmet like a second or third round pick?
Yeah.
And then they had drafted Luther Burden, Hyan, and Colston Loveland. So they've given Caleb Williams weapons to work with. I guess the mistake the Bears did do when they had Trubisky is, which I hope is not how the Micah Parsons trade turns out for the Packers, is they thought they had a team to compete, and they did not have the team to compete. But
I don't know what happened.
no, but I just was saying that when the Bears traded for Mac Attack, who actually got hurt really bad on Monday.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he was in serious pain and tore some ligament in his arm or something.
Yeah.
But when the Bears traded for Mac Attack, they needed more players than Khalil Mack to be a serious contender.
Yeah.
So they did not have the whole cast around Trubisky to be good.
Oh yeah. Hey, didn't you think the playoffs 2 out of 3 years?
Yeah, because didn't they trade for Matt? I thought John Fox drafted Trubisky and they weren't that good. In the first year with Eberflus, they went 10-6 and then they had a double doink. Then the next year, they didn't make the playoffs. And then the following year, they made the playoffs with like the 7th team let in.
You know, I think Trubisky's the only Bears quarterback that beat the Packers and Tom Brady in the same year.
That was funny when that game was funny when the. No, they didn't beat the Packers that year, but that was funny when Trubisky beat Tom Brady because he thought there was a 5th down.
He beat Tom Brady. So when are we going to start our food plot discussions?
Just give me a podcast and we can talk about that.
I got to figure out how to do this. I can live stream, but I don't know how to invite people on the live stream.
I thought you just go on the live. I'll call you and after this and tell you how to do it.
All right, I got to take my medicine here and go to bed here soon.
I do
Yeah.
too. I should eat something, but
Hey, we're gonna have a Monday overreaction live stream for about 10 minutes.
we could.
Yeah.
I wish we could live stream the Packers versus Bears game together, but I don't know how that's gonna work out.
We could.
That's gonna end up with me blacked out drunk though. What are they would do? It was like the last Packers Bears game. It would have been bad because I was gonna do dry January and then the Packers lost to the Bears and I was pissed and then I drank.
Do you do no shave November either for deer season?
I could do no shave November. I'm pretty rough looking if I don't shave for a month. I'm pretty rough looking how I look anyway.
So any trail cam pics yet?
Like when I have a long beard, it itches really bad.
Yeah. Hey, did you see that picture I sent you?
I couldn't identify what was in that.
It was left hand side. Hang on, I gotta answer this text message real quick.
Hopefully the Dodgers beat the Phillies tonight.
Oh no. Okay, there you are.
You know what rumor I heard? If the Brewers get the number 1 overall seed, they're really likely to face the winner between the Cubs and Padres in the NLDS. You know how crazy an NLDS game would be between the Brewers and Cubs?
Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Hey, do you know what on your counter? What time does it have?
For the stream?
Yeah,
1 hour and 21 minutes.
it started over on mine. I'm at 3 minutes and 34 seconds.
I think when you close it out, it starts over.
But hey, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna go to bed.
Sounds good.
All right. Have a nice night, everybody. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.